Hey, 49ers fans, we got a lot to unpack today as we dive into what's coming up for our team and what we can expect from the matchup against the Arizona Cardinals. This is shaping up to be one of those games where every single play matters, and honestly, it feels like the perfect storm of pressure, opportunity, and strategy. When you look at the Cardinals on paper, they might not scream top-tier team, but we all know that matchups in the NFL aren't just about talent on paper. They're about execution, coaching adjustments, and who can stay disciplined under pressure. The Seahawks might be stronger overall if you look at them broadly, but the Cardinals are a team that has given the 49ers trouble in the past, and that history tends to linger in your mind when you step onto the field. Last time we faced them under similar conditions, it was scorching at Levi's Stadium, and even with a highlight moment like a blocked field goal return for a touchdown, we still walked away with a heartbreak loss. That kind of memory is hard to shake, and it adds another layer of intensity heading into this weekend. The temperatures for the upcoming game look much milder in comparison, but there's a twist. The 49ers will be wearing their away whites at home for the opener, which is something that hasn't happened before. It might seem trivial, but it's one of those small details that makes every season feel fresh and unpredictable. Beyond aesthetics, though, the bigger questions are about personnel and execution. With Brock Purdy potentially sidelined due to his turf toe injury, the spotlight falls even more on M. Jones and how well he can manage the offense against a team that knows how to create problems if you give them even a little space. Connor McGovern stepping in for Ben Bart also adds an interesting dynamic. Injuries are part of the game, but they force teams to adapt, and so far, Connor has shown resilience and poise. Coming in as a seventh-round pick and stepping up in high-pressure moments isn't easy, yet he's proving he can hold the line and make plays when it counts. It's one of those situations where the more he plays, the harder it is to imagine the lineup without him, even when the original starter returns. Looking at the Cardinals' matchup, the key really comes down to execution in critical moments, especially in the red zone. The 49ers have been guilty of squandering opportunities in past games, and if they can clean that up, the offense becomes significantly more dangerous. Christian McCaffrey's involvement is central here. When he's at his best, he transforms the offensive game plan. He's not just a runner. He's a playmaker who can open up space for everyone else on the field. His ability to read defenses, adjust on the fly, and make explosive plays is a game changer. And if the 49ers can maximize his touches while maintaining a balanced attack, they'll put themselves in a position to dominate time of possession and control the pace of the game. On the defensive side, the 49ers are building something special. Bryce Huff's emergence has added a whole new dimension to the pass rush. He's not just a rotational player or a situational rusher. He's becoming a core part of the front line, complementing Nick Bosa and creating constant pressure on opposing quarterbacks. The way Robert Saleh is scheming these fronts, mixing stunts and twists, has the defense operating like a chess game. Offenses aren't just reacting to one player. They're trying to anticipate a sequence of moves, and that opens up opportunities for game-changing plays. Huff's speed off the edge and ability to exploit tight protection schemes makes him a matchup nightmare for any offensive line. When you combine that with Bosa's relentless pressure, the 49ers have a duo that can dictate how opponents approach each snap, forcing hurried decisions and potential mistakes. Power rankings give a snapshot of how the team is perceived across the league, and it's encouraging to see the 49ers consistently in the top tier. Different outlets place them anywhere from 4th to 13th, which shows both respect for their talent and acknowledgement of the fine margins in the NFL. These rankings aren't just numbers. They reflect recent performance, potential, and trajectory. And right now, the trajectory is upward. Wins against divisional rivals, strong road performances, and key players stepping up all contribute to the perception that this team isn't just competitive. They're a legitimate contender when everything clicks. Even without Brock Purdy, the team has shown depth and resilience, with backups performing above expectations and contributing meaningfully to victories. This depth is what separates teams that make late-season runs from those that falter when injuries hit. Christian McCaffrey's role can't be overstated. Watching him make cuts, explode through gaps, and evade tackles is a reminder of just how much impact a single player can have when fully integrated into an offense. His vision, timing, and agility make him the linchpin of both the running game and passing schemes. When he's on the field, defenses have to account for him on every play, which opens up opportunities elsewhere and forces defensive coordinators into difficult decisions. That's the kind of presence that can tilt a close game in the 49ers' favor, especially against a team like the Cardinals that has the capability to compete in spurts but struggles when facing disciplined, multidimensional offenses. So, as we look ahead to Sunday, it's clear that this game is going to test the 49ers in multiple ways. From adjusting to injuries to executing in critical situations, the team will need focus, discipline, and a bit of that signature 49er swagger. Red zone efficiency, complementary football between offense and defense, and the ability to capitalize on matchups will determine whether they walk away with a close win or leave themselves vulnerable to an upset. The pieces are there, the coaching, the talent, and the depth, but it all comes down to performance on game day. Heading into the Arizona matchup, there's a lot to consider beyond just injuries and past performances. The Cardinals have a tendency to be inconsistent, which can be dangerous for teams like the 49ers who are building momentum. They can look vulnerable one week and then come out with a level of aggression that surprises even the most prepared defenses. That unpredictability is exactly what makes this game so intriguing. The 49ers have to maintain focus from the opening snap because any lapse, even a minor one, could swing momentum instantly. That's where complementary football comes into play. It's not just about the offense scoring or the defense making stops in isolation. It's about creating a rhythm where each unit feeds off the other. When the defense generates pressure and forces quick possessions, the offense gets more opportunities to dictate tempo. Conversely, sustained drives by the offense can keep the defensive unit fresh and ready to react when the Cardinals have the ball. This synergy is what the 49ers have been trending toward in recent weeks, and if they can sustain it, they become a very hard team to beat. Christian McCaffrey continues to be the focal point of this strategy. Watching him during the last game, it was clear he's regaining that elite level of explosiveness. He's not just running the ball. He's reading defenses like a quarterback, adjusting on the fly, and finding lanes that seem to open just for him. That combination of vision and speed is rare and makes him a matchup nightmare for linebackers and safeties. If the 49ers can get him involved early and often, it forces the Cardinals to respect the run, which in turn opens up opportunities in the passing game. Jones has the chance to exploit that spacing. While he may not have the experience of Brock Purdy, his performance so far has shown poise and accuracy under pressure. He's the kind of backup who doesn't just fill in, he competes. His ability to manage the game, make smart throws, and avoid costly mistakes gives the offense stability. And when combined with a dynamic runner like McCaffrey, the attack becomes multifaceted and unpredictable. On the defensive side, Bryce Huff and Nick Bosa have been nothing short of spectacular. The speed and technique they bring off the edge are game-changing, and opposing offensive lines have to account for them on every single play. Huff's improvement has been particularly impressive because he has adapted to the 49ers' defensive scheme, learning how to leverage stunts, twists, and misdirection to create pressure opportunities. His chemistry with Bosa means that quarterbacks are constantly under duress, often before the offensive line can fully react. The Cardinals will need to adjust quickly, and if they fail to do so, the 49ers' pass rush could dictate the flow of the game. Pressure leads to hurried throws, mistakes, and ultimately, turnovers. That kind of defensive dominance isn't just about stats. It's about setting a tone, forcing the opponent to play reactively instead of proactively. One of the most exciting aspects to watch is how Kyle Shanahan scripts the game. He's a master at designing plays that create mismatches and exploit defensive tendencies. Watching his approach with the Cardinals will be fascinating because he has to balance aggression with caution. The team can't afford to be predictable, especially with the attention on McCaffrey and Jones. The variety in play calling keeps defenses guessing and opens lanes for explosive plays. For example, running the ball early to establish a rhythm, or using play-action passes when the defense overcommits can completely change the dynamics of the game. Execution in these moments is everything, and the 49ers have shown a growing ability to read defenses, adjust quickly, and capitalize on opportunities. Depth across the roster also plays a huge role. Injuries might create challenges, but they also provide opportunities for players like Connor McGovern to step up and make an impact. The offensive line has had to adapt quickly, and so far, they've done a commendable job protecting the quarterback and opening running lanes. That's the kind of resilience that allows teams to maintain performance even when facing adversity. On the defensive side, rotation and personnel packages have allowed the 49ers to keep pressure consistent without burning out key players. The combination of talent, coaching, and depth gives them an edge over a team like the Cardinals, who might not have the same level of flexibility or experience in high-pressure situations. Special teams are another area where the 49ers can gain an advantage. In past games, they've shown the ability to create momentum swings through big plays on punts and kickoffs. Even minor plays can set the tone early, giving the offense favorable field position and putting extra stress on the opposing defense. When all three phases of the game, offense, defense, and special teams, are operating at a high level, the 49ers become extremely difficult to beat. It's that kind of comprehensive, complementary approach that can turn a tight matchup into a decisive victory. The Cardinals will test the 49ers' discipline and adaptability. They have the ability to force mistakes and capitalize on any lapse in focus. Turnovers, missed assignments, or penalties could easily shift momentum in their favor. That's why communication and situational awareness are crucial. The 49ers have shown they can stay composed under pressure, adjusting their game plan mid-drive and responding effectively to challenges. That maturity and poise are what separates good teams from championship-caliber squads. Ultimately, the key to this game is execution and adaptability. If the 49ers can maximize Christian McCaffrey's impact, maintain consistent pressure with Huff and BOMBA, and continue playing complementary football across all phases, they'll put themselves in a strong position to come out on top. It won't be easy. No game ever is, but the tools, talent, and coaching are all there. Watching how these elements come together in real time is what makes this matchup so compelling. And it's why fans should be excited to see their team perform at a high level on game day. The 49ers have the pieces to succeed, and if they stay disciplined, focused, and aggressive, the Arizona Cardinals are in for a long day in Santa Clara. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Shockwaves are rippling through the NFL as rumors swirl that Christian McCaffrey, one of the league's premier running backs, could be on the move. The San Francisco 49ers, who have relied heavily on McCaffrey's dynamic playmaking since his arrival, are reportedly engaged in a high-stakes negotiation that could see the star leave the Bay Area. Sources close to the situation have described the talks as intense and fast-moving, hinting that a blockbuster trade might be imminent. Fans and analysts alike are struggling to process the possibility. McCaffrey, known for his electrifying runs, versatile receiving skills, and relentless work ethic, has been the centerpiece of the 49ers' offensive strategy. His departure would not only create a massive hole in the team's backfield, but could also signal a seismic shift in the NFL landscape. While official statements remain scarce, insiders suggest that several franchises have expressed keen interest, potentially setting the stage for one of the biggest trades of the season. The buzz around the league is palpable. Speculation ranges from teams desperate for a game-changing offensive weapon to contenders looking to solidify their championship hopes. McCaffrey's unique skill set, equally dangerous in the ground game and through the air, makes him a coveted asset, and any team acquiring him could see an immediate transformation in their offensive identity. Meanwhile, 49ers fans are bracing for a shock, with social media flooded with questions, worries, and wild guesses about the team's next move. Though nothing is official, the whispers are impossible to ignore. If McCaffrey does leave, the ripple effects will be felt across the league, trade strategies will be recalibrated, fantasy football rosters rewritten, and rival teams plotting ways to counter the new powerhouse. One thing is certain, Christian McCaffrey's potential exit from San Francisco is more than just a story. It's a seismic event that could redefine the NFL's landscape for years to come. As the drama unfolds, all eyes remain fixed on the 49ers and the running back whose name has become synonymous with game-changing plays. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.